Well, we are back at the Westby Fieldhouse for varsity action. Westby Lady Norse against the Brookwood Falcons. Westby comes in at 2-0. Brookwood comes in at 0-1. So I'll turn it over to Dave Gluck for the announcement of the starting lineups.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, Brookwood going down to Lafarge, and we're beat. What was the final of that one, Dan? It was like 70-something, 27?
Yeah.
So really got it handed to them. Westby, of course, the 2-0, like Dan said, Melbourne, they took them down in the first game, and then kind of survived and got ahead of Sparta in the back end of that game and took the victory home. So starting lineup here for the Falcons is number 2 in Vanessa Anderson. And Autumn Brando, a senior, wearing number 4. Michaela McGinnis, also a senior, wearing 23. Alexis Posh, number 25. And 45 is Cora Brandau.
So 4 seniors and a junior for Brookwood, experienced team.
Yep, they're coached by Travis Anderson.
Yeah,
of course,
Westby.
he's a grad of Westby.
Westby native, yeah.
Son of Mark and Sandy Anderson. Westby has not played a lot of seniors as far as the opposition goes this year. They've played a lot of 2 really young teams. Jada Berg, number 5, getting the start. Aubrey Jolfin, number 11. Number 14 will be Denali Hebner. Hannah Nelson, 33, and then 42, Kennedy Brigham will be the squad for Brian Hebner. Of course, Westby had played Lafarge in the scrimmage earlier this year, and kind of a nice back and forth game for 2 kind of equal teams there. So on paper, this will probably be a long night for the Falcons.
Well, that's just on paper. It's early in the season. Anything can happen. And Westby is 2-0, and I think the team and coaches would probably tell you that there's a lot of room for improvement. They're still far from their best basketball, I think.
Oh, yeah. So Berg will be going up against Brando. Cora, and she gets it to Nelson. Nelson up to Jolfin.
Brookwood holding in a 2-3 here early.
Bergen goes to the high post to Nelson. Nothing there. Gets it back out to the top. Berg gave up a good-looking shot down to the baseline. She took it, and now Hebner will get another crack at it, and they sent it over the top of everything. But there's Jolfin on the weak side. Berg cleans up after Jolfin missed, and we got one in.
Good job by I think, it's going to be a turnover. I think the pass was inbounds. You can pass to a teammate as long as you can run the pass line, as long as they're out of bounds. But the pass was inbounds, and then she came out of bounds. So Berg's going to throw the 3 on hit, and Berg's off to a hot start here. 5-0 Westby. Westby has been doing a fair amount of full court press so far this year. A little bit new for this group.
Autumn Brandau trying to get into Vanessa Anderson, and she does. Back to Brandau, back to Anderson, and it's gonna be tough. Coming in now, Mullenkamp, or Reagan, number 3. Quick entry.
Or maybe not.
And he's bringing Brandau off the floor.
Brigham will inbound for the Lady Norse.
Bergen-Jolton baseline short corner. Kick it back out here to Kennedy. Now she'll float it in.
Well, a lot of contact.
A lot of contact, but
too close to the official, I think.
Bergen tracks it down, pushes it the other direction now. Nelson, 3-ball on the way. That's off the rim, and Jolton with the rebound. Weak side rebounding, doing a good job so far tonight for Westby.
She's been, her entire basketball career, she's been one of the better offensive rebounders that I've seen play at this level. She's just fantastic, always around the basketball.
And Bergen trying to track down a loose ball was taken away from Nelson, and she slid and called on the travel. 5-0 Westby, 16-16 here, first half action.
Good job by Bird to come and steal that pass to Hebner, and Hebner's going to draw the blocking foul.
That foul is going to be called on Alexis Posh. Bergman lets one go. Berg rebound, fouled. Tell you what, it looked like she was, give her the shooting here. It looked like she was gonna, she saw Nelson late. But she'll step to the line to shoot a pair.
Offensive rebounding been a big key for Westby early in this game.
Kimber Kaiser, number 30, coming in, and Ruby Mellencamp. Entering this ball game, second one up and good. 7-0 Westby.
All 7 for Jada Berg, I believe, right?
Yes.
Kicked ball out of bounds by Hebner is going to keep the possession with Brookwood, no longer able to run the baseline. And we're going to get a foul there. As good job being strong with the basketball there was Anderson, and Jolton got a little too much arm on that. Now the inbound from the sideline. Westby's press there. Not going to disrupt the inbound too much. They go all the way across court. Just as I say that, Brookwood tries to do something fancy, and Bergen's right there to steal it.
Yeah, Mullenkamp just not strong enough to make that pass all the way across. Bergen strong at the hoop for 2.
Good job by Hannah Nelson too. She turned down a good shot to get her team a great shot there, and and Bergen was there for the good strong move. Westby out to a 9-0 lead. With that, we have a full timeout, so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. We are back here at the Westby Fieldhouse. Westby jumping out to a 9-0 lead. Couple substitutions: Megan Nelson, Aaron Gluck, and Easton Grass and Kenzie Stelner into the ball game. So mass substitutions for Westby. Brookwood able to break the press, get their first shot up in the air and in.
That was Anderson. Westby up 9-2, 15-minute mark. Mullenkamp goes across to McGinnis. She looked at Anderson, but she's going to give it up to Reagan Mullenkamp. And there's Nelson, quick as she is, with the steal and the conversion. (11-2) now. Anderson floats it over to Mullenkamp. That's knocked back by Gluck. And into the hands now of 23 and McGinnis, and another timeout here by Anderson. 11-2, 14-28.
And we're back. That was just a 30-second timeout taken by Brookwood. 14:28 to go here in the first half. Westby with the 11-2 lead. Brookwood has the ball sideline.
Westby will just drop back into half-court defense.
Looks like we're going to do make sure some players are checked in. Sometimes out of a timeout, you just kind of forget. You know, I noticed a lot of this in the, and there were just kind of some blatant check-in violations in the game at Sparta, but I wonder if there's a point of emphasis for the officials, because I noticed that, they made them really go through the gamut here of doing substitutions, and they're not allowing some of them to come in here. And it's the right rule, but or use of the rule, but sometimes I think that stuff doesn't get enforced as much.
I actually, Dan, first saw that in volleyball.
Okay.
They really were adamant about getting those players up across that 10-foot line. Anderson now from top of the key. She'll let one fly and misses it all out of bounds. Just off to the right side. It looked like it was lined up for a good stroke.
I agree. It looked like it came off her hand well. Rotation looked good. And arc looked good. It just... So
Brandau comes back on the floor as well. Both Brandau girls come on, Autumn and Cora.
Brookwood staying in their zone.
And that one tossed across the court and out of bounds.
A little too much on that one from Grass. I think she had an opportunity to maybe attack the rim there a little bit. Oh, that's a travel. Or a carry, I guess. She had that one on her hip for a good 2 steps, but ball's going to stay with Brookwood. Once again, my opinion does not matter. And it shouldn't.
11-2, 13:41 mark. Anderson. Megan Nelson just missing. Now it goes over to the hands of Brandau. Back to Anderson. Now to 25 in Posh. Corner to Autumn Brandau. Brookwood being pretty patient right now. Westby good defense. Brookwood just looking for something. Westby's being really patient too in the defense. Now the three-pointer goes by Anderson. And Gluck taps it back to Nelson and unable to off her knees. So we'll bring 4 in here and leave Nelson on the floor.
I think they're going to leave Stelner.
Leave Stelner on the floor.
Break, yeah.
Katie Gruen, number 5, on the floor now. Here's Anderson, another shot. That one again off the mark. Score remains 11-2. Anderson having trouble right now finding the rim. And that ball off the hands of Hebner. As that was
Vanessa
Gruen.
Anderson.
I think it was Katie Gruen causing that.
Oh, was it? I thought it was number 2.
Well, it might have been. Well, number 5 stands upside down. It'd be a 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Whoever it was. Looked like they were shot out of a cannon when they went after that pass. It was an impressive defensive play.
12-minute mark here. Westby with the 11-2 lead. Good pass to the outside, and there Anderson finds it. Her second basket. Good ball movement.
What's the old adage, Dave? Shoot to get hot and shoot to stay hot.
Yeah.
And she's had good looks, and they all look good. So she could make this very interesting if she can start knocking a few of those down.
Foul, blocking foul. Brigand, the inbounds. They just go high up on top for Berg, and now we need a foul on Brigand. A little too aggressive getting in there trying to tie that up.
Yeah, love the aggression there. I think she could have been a little bit more discreet about trying to get in there and get at that ball as the official was right there looking right at her. I think she got a lot of the basketball there, but
now a scoring table wants make sure they got things right. Foul goes on Brigand. Rightly so. Brookwood getting through it that time.
I was going to say, boy, I thought Westby got a break there, but he changed his mind. Just made a foolish mental mistake, and he took credit for it. And Brookwood basketball, great hustle by Denali Hebner to knock that away, but stays with Brookwood, and it's a good inbounds play, but doesn't result in a shot.
Randall gets it over to McGinnis, and there's Brigand taking it away. And this time Anderson getting behind it and knocking it out. So good hustle.
Right, it's the speed of Brookwood's guards. She covered a lot of ground to catch up and knock that ball away. Oh, I thought Jothan could have cut to the basket there. Maybe got a little two-footer out of the deal, but Berg remains hot. She hits her second 3 of the ball game.
Yeah, it was a good look. No one out there to contest it.
Yep. And that wing over there, either one, but even especially from that left side, I remember even as a sophomore, that was kind of her spot. She really likes to shoot from that left wing and shot that one with confidence and nothing but the net. There's a steal by Hebner. There's a chance for a 3-point play as she takes the hard foul and finishes through contact.
16-4. As Reagan Mullenkamp comes back on the floor. Hebner completes a 3-point play. 17-4, 10-46.
Hebner's going to get credit for that steal, but that was Kennedy Brigham who knocked that ball away.
And now the foul committed by Reagan Mullenkamp.
Hebner hustled to run that one down. Good defense by Westby. Another foul on Brookwood. It's the first on Mullenkamp. 5th team foul. Oh, that's a good pass.
Trying to get it to Stelner was Kennedy Brigham, and it was a good pass. Now the pull up by Anderson, and she hits it. Her 6th. 17-6 now. Stelner, oh, a little late on that pass. Tough one to make. And batted out of bounds by McGinnis.
And Coach Hebner is going to take a 30-second timeout. So with that, so will we. 10:02 left to go here in the first half. Westby out to a 17-6 lead. (19-8) here, 8:13 to go in the first half.
Anderson in trouble there in the corner, and another timeout. So Travis Anderson, Coach Anderson, has used up a lot of his timeouts here, trying to figure out this press.
Yeah, that's what Sparta did kind of in the first. I didn't realize they were out of timeouts with about 11 minutes to go in that ball game. They were out of timeouts and thought they had one left, I think, but they ended up burning. Same situations. The press did cause quite a few timeouts taken in that first half against Sparta. Same thing here. So the board doesn't say how many they got left, but.
And Sparta, as we talked about them, Dan, earlier, you're now just talking a little bit. They're young. They had the majority of that game. They had 3 freshmen on the floor, and facing that kind of pressure from kids, seniors, and a lot of them have been playing for 3 years for Westby.
Right.
It was very confusing to them.
So Brookwood will have the ball. Baseline, got to go the length of the floor here. 8:06 to go, 19-8, Westby with the lead.
And she's got to stay put here.
Yep, cannot run the baseline. Now they're going to go long and tipped up but out of bounds. Boy, I had the right idea. They had him burnt, but it's a tough pass to catch. Had to be perfect there, and it goes off of Pasha's hand, and Westby will take the ball over.
I kind of like the way that she tried to tip that back into the floor more so she can get to it. So Nelson bring it over to Brigham. Back in now to Hannah Nelson. And she tried it. She tried to hit Gluck coming across, and that was deflected. Nelson hustling down, and converting is Anderson. Kennedy Brigham with the push into Nelson. Nelson again in a little bit of trouble back out to Brigham, short. Megan Nelson now getting it out of there, gets it to grass. Now gets into hands of Brigham, and they'll settle things into their offense now. Nelson short cornered to grass. She brings it back out to Nelson. Now finding Hannah Nelson at the elbow. Gluck now 3-pointer on the way, and just over the top. Megan Nelson now to Brigham. Brigham blocked, out of bounds. Stelner inbound the ball. Nelson banks it in for 3. 22-10 right now, Westby's 7-minute mark. Mullenkamp in a little bit of trouble, gets up ahead to Anderson. Anderson now pushing a 3-on-2 breakout, takes it in front of Berg. Oh no, 2 kids going down. Berg coming away with it, and now it'll be a foul on the backside. And we'll get a foul here somewhere. 25 committed it, being Posh. Berg will shoot the 1-on-1. just under 7 minutes. And Berg gets the front end. Not able to convert. Huebner there with the offensive rebound. Up to Stelner. Nelson did a good job of getting that basketball. Goes to the left hand and gets it down.
So once again, offensive rebounding paying big dividends for the Lady Norse.
And there's Anderson cleaning it up.
Same thing. Brookwood's got a couple of second chance opportunities as well they've taken advantage of. So both teams got some things to clean up on the rebounding end.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor in this last couple of minutes. Westby setting things up again. They like to wait for that cutter to get to the corner, Dan. That cutter is often open, just off the elbow.
Right.
And now Nelson will get the three.
Well, a bit of a run here for the Lady Norse. 28-12 now is the score as that ball goes out of bounds. 5:44 to go here in half number one.
Oh, I thought her foot stopped there.
I thought it did too. I thought that's a tough call. That pivot foot moved. It didn't move very much.
No.
I thought she got it down. But at any rate, turnover, Westby ball.
And sometimes officials can anticipate.
Yep.
That can happen.
I thought it was going to be a travel, and I thought kind of caught myself, but
5:34 mark, 28-12 Westby.
Once again, we're sitting on the top row, Dave. He was standing right there.
Yeah. Nelson through the legs of Berg. And that.
Well, Brookwood kicked that basketball.
That's what I was saying. That wouldn't be a blown whistle.
Pretty rare that the offensive team gets called for a kick. It is possible.
Yeah, you got to be pretty deliberate. Now, coming into the game is Reagan Mullenkamp. She'll come in for McGinnis.
It's just because it hits a player's foot doesn't mean it's a kick basketball. There has to be intent.
Oh.
And that's going to be a steal by Jothan. She'll go right to the right hand and get the and one opportunity. Well, one of the sayings I use a lot, Dave, I guess, is ball don't lie. I think Brookwood got a break there, but they gave it right back to Westby, and Jothan's going for a three-point play. Good touch, rolls it over the front of the rim, and 31-12 now the score. Hard luck foul there for Anna Nelson as their feet just got tangled up.
Yeah, she was content to ride her sideways rather than getting up and cutting that dribble off.
Puts you in a vulnerable position, that's for sure.
Does.
So a mass substitution. Jothan stays on the court, but Brigham, Grass, Nelson, and Gluck come in.
Shot by Anderson off the mark. Offensive rebound put back by Brandau. It's in the Grass into the short corner again.
There's openings to the basket there. I think she needs to start taking just to keep the defense honest.
And there she almost lost a handle of it and got a hold of it again. Good way to stick with it. Brigham now will take that shot and just off to the right side. Taken out of there now by Posh. Gives it up to Anderson. 4 minutes approaching 31-14 Westby. Brookwood being a little patient this time down. Westby playing straight up defense.
Switch to a man-to-man here.
Anderson now with the ball. Gives over to Cora Brandow. She's not going to give it up to Gruen. Tried to hit the cutter. That's tipped by Gluck. Picked up now with Brandow again. She's in traffic.
Going there, and they're going to get a foul probably. Somebody got it on the wrist.
That might go against Kennedy.
I think they're going to get Brigham, yeah. Just the fourth team foul, I believe, on the Lady Norse here. Second on Brigham. Good job by Jothan to fight through many screens there.
Anderson, pump fake. Nothing there. Jolton's keeping her ground. Now it's down to Brandow. And oh, Nelson tipped that one out of there. Right back into the hands of Gruen. Nelson almost got her fingers on that one too. Doing a good job of pressuring that passing lane. And Brandow just stuck with it. Westby wasn't backing anybody out.
Nope, they got
to jump with her.
They got pushed underneath, and Nelson will throw the three, and that goes long with Gluck there for the rebound. Brigham gets the rebound off of that, and she'll go to the free throw line. What they get for that foul?
Should be a shooting foul.
Yeah. Either way, I think it'll be a double bonus if it wasn't.
.216 mark. Westby's got them doubled up here. 32-16. Make that 33. Now
Brigham makes good on both free throws. Yeah, and free throw line has been good to the Lady Norse tonight.
Berg doing a good job getting her hands on that and off the fingertips of Nelson. And Brookwood will have control. Just approaching 2 minutes left here. Nelson with the steal. Looks to push. Now she'll turn her back out. Nelson in the corner. Over now to Huebner, back to Berg. Huebner to Stelner. She'll take the shot. Looks good. Nope, off the mark. Huebner's going to track it down in the corner and not able to keep it in play. Anderson back in. She'll check for Ruby Mullenkamp. 1:21 left, 33-16 Norseman. And Brando just ripped that one right out of there. And now that's why she ripped it out. She knocked into.
That's a tough break for Brando. I just think I don't think Berg ever really got a body on her there. And
yeah, that's a tough one.
That's at least that's her third. She'll probably have to sit out the remaining minute 08 to this. But either way, Jada Berg another trip to the free throw line.
Kimber Kaiser set to check in. And Cora Brando will come out. Berg having a good first half here. She's got 12, looking for 13. Nope. Now we're under a minute here. It's 34-16.
I was going to say that might be 10 seconds. I don't think there was ever a transition of possession when Gluck knocked that ball away. So the 10-second did not start over. So what seemed like a quick 10 probably really wasn't. Good defense by Aaron Gluck and the Lady Norse there to force that turnover.
Oh. That just can't be an automatic pass down there.
That was open for a second. It was a good job by Brookwood to dive down and take that away.
It's probably part of that offense, Dan, I just don't like, because they just feel like they have to throw it in there even when that player's covered. They just kind of go through those motions. So under 30 seconds now. Skip over to Berg. Now Hebner. Stelner with the rebound, and she'll shoot two.
Good rebound by Kenzie Stelner. Once again, offensive rebounding being good to the Lady Norse tonight.
Must be shooting free throws real well this half. $11 of 14, Dan.
Yeah, the free throw line's been very good to him tonight. 11 of 14, that's a number you can live with.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Half. 12 of 15 is even better. Yeah, not only getting there is a good thing, and then making them was, of course, really good. Oh, that's a great looking shot. I thought and then no box out there, and Brookwood's going to score at the buzzer.
And that's Gruen with the basket.
So, a little bit of a negative note going into the locker room there. Coach Hebner was not happy in there. There was a couple of players that just did not box out on that. Great defense, forced a tough shot, and then couldn't finish the possession. But Westby has doubled up Brookwood here, 36-18 here. So, with that, we're going to take about a 9-minute break, and we'll be back for some second half basketball action. We'll be right back. And we're back here at the Westby Fieldhouse. Brookwood's out ready to go. Westby's still talking things out. They got about 36 seconds. Here they come. Must have heard the horn as they come sprinting through. Well, he just sent out the starting 5. I guess the rest of them are still getting yelled at. Looks now here they come.
Well, like we said, it was kind of, I don't know, uninspiring maybe ball first half. It just wasn't.
Just like the first 2 games, Westby, they're doing things well. I mean, they're out to a 36-18 lead. But they're kind of, I think, if I was a coach, it'd be a coach's dream. You're out there, you get 2.5 wins here. Should they pick up the win today? But you still got a lot of things you can teach, you can improve, and I think the goal of every team is to try to be better at the end than you are at the beginning. But if you can pick up wins early, then all the better, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like they always say, there's a difference between kids who play basketball and basketball players. And that basketball player is the one who's going to, see the little things and make those passes to the cutter when they're coming across wide open. And Westby's just more mechanical.
I feel it kind of started that way last year too. Some kind of took them a few games to get into their offensive rhythm, especially I thought last season. And boy, Anderson did a nice job kind of splitting that double team, but the advantage of having a player like Jada Berg behind you made quick work of blocking that one out of bounds to Brookwood.
That's as a player, if you can keep your dribble and go right back there and just go on the other side of that backboard. Kind of like Benish did that in a JV game. Yep.
Or go right into the chest.
Yep, initiate the contact. You're right. Anderson is winding her way into the lane. Got a nice looking shot there, just short.
Worked hard for that one, defended nicely by Denali Hebner.
Skip pass over to Jolson.
Another pass at the knees there, and that's going to be an over and back. I don't think.
Another one, Dan. You're talking about that short corner just reeling to the basket.
Yep.
There's nobody standing there. Just go for it.
Oh, nothing else. Because it's going into the short corner a lot, and it just seems to be coming right back out.
Yeah, they're looking for the next pass rather than looking for the basket.
Yeah, give the defense a look. There's an unforced turnover there by Brookwood. He attacked the basket a couple of times out of that short corner, and next thing you know, the weak side help is cheating over just a little bit. A ball reversal gets you a wide open shot from the other side. It's little things like that. I think that coaches really try to hope their players and team improve on as you get into the second month of the season, we'll say.
That ball hit out by Brookwood.
16-11, still the halftime score here, 36-18. It's a good back cut by Jolson. She's going to get an and one out of that deal. That's what you're talking about there, Dave. I think maybe Jolson did a little back cut, a little bit out of the offense there, but I didn't see who made the pass.
Was it Brigham? It was Brigham.
Yeah.
And Kennedy's a good passer. She sees a lot out there, and she's not afraid to throw it.
Right. That's half the key. That was a tough pass. That had to be very accurate, and it was. If it's off just a little bit, it might get tipped away, but Jolson makes good on the three-point play.
She's had 2 hoops today. They've both been +1 since she's converted.
Yep. Well, she's so strong around the rim. She's not the tallest or the biggest player out there ever, but very comfortable around the rim. Great rebounder, like I said before.
Anderson with the miss. Kept alive.
Ooh. Kennedy ran that down. Coach Anderson quick to point out that her heel was on the sideline there. Good hustle by Kennedy Brigham. But inbounding from the worst spot on the floor there. But Jothan gets the steal. Boy, had Hebner out ahead, but draws the foul. Otherwise, I think Denali Hebner's going for the layup.
Anderson with the foul. She just lost that in her hands and kind of squirted out.
It's her third foul as well as Brandau now and Anderson each have 3 fouls. Something to watch as this half continues. That's a good rebound by Brandau. They're going to get Berg over the back. That's a chance you take with a player. You can just tell Brandau's one of those. She's a strong player, and Berg got her arm around the back there, and Brandau ripped that ball down, and not a good place to have your arm. So mass substitutions here for Westby.
Brooklyn Booty making her first appearance tonight.
Got a block on Nelson.
Must be getting coaching from the sidelines as she looked over to the parent section. Good job trying to cut that off. Another one tipped from the backside. That was McGinnis, I think, tracking that down. Or is that 22 and Mullen?
I don't know. I missed it. I was trying to move the camera, and it didn't go well for me.
And Booty gets the foot back.
A weak side rebound.
And that ball, it forced out of bounds. So Nelson bringing up the floor, go over to Stelner. She's a Gluck with the miss. She's a tough shooting night. Getting looks, it's not converting.
Near steal by Stelner. They're coming from the backside.
Brandau over here to Anderson. She thought about it. Now she'll rethink and she lets it fly. Luke comes out of there with it. And somehow got the ball
It's
up.
going to end up being a great pass to Stelner, who gets the layup. I think she wanted to make that pass. Then she got tripped with no call. And the ball just kind of went to Stelner anyway. So I would give her the assist, Dave, if I was you.
Well, that's something I don't keep track of. And now she'll get the foul here. 2 fouls apiece, 3 now for Westby. Anderson gets the inbounds pass from Reagan Mullenkamp. Now it's to Ruby Mullenkamp.
Westby back to a 2-3. Brandau on the high post.
Good closeout by Stelner on Anderson. Now she'll get it going off the backboard.
What was it, Wayne Gretzky said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take? Well,
Yeah,
sometimes you put them up there and you bank it, and life is good. That's tipped away. Nice. Megan Nelson able to recover.
Oh, a nice look into Booty, and Booty was just a little too hot for her.
Yep. Well, I think she was going to the basket a little too quick. She needed to gather that before she went back. I think she was kind of trying to get to the basket before the ball got there, and allowed a defender to get her hand in there and knock that one away. Good strong cut by Stelner.
And that inbounds pass maybe just a little too soon. Stelner wasn't able to quite to clear. She was coming open, but just not able to get through the defenders. Jump ball, go to Westby. .40, 43-21 Westby. Stelner into Booty. Not able to get it. Grass tipped it to Gluck. Stelner did a nice job jumping to the pass, jumping to the ball, and Grass fouled. That ball, that's Kenzie Stelner did a good job going to the ball.
Yep.
Rather than waiting for it.
Yeah, it's at this level, if you're waiting for the ball to come to you, in a crowd, it's not going to happen. You need to finish plays and go get the ball.
Grass good on the first one. And the second.
Well, there's a lot of ball game left, but so far, Coach Edenridge is going to have some things he can coach up tomorrow for sure, but he's got to be thrilled with the free throw shooting.
That's a fact. That's Rick Barryish.
In the 5 second, that's a good defensive stand by all five of, Megan Nelson was on the ball there with that pressure, but all five of Westby's defenders were doing their job and caused that 5 second call. We're going to get a timeout here. 12:06 to go, 45-21. Westby with the lead. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Westby has the ball, sideline, mass substitutions. Starting four with Allie Fortune getting some minutes here in the second half for the Lady Norse. Tries the wing pass, right idea. A little late on the execution, and that's going to be tipped. Should be Westby basketball.
Tough pass to make in that circumstance with hands between. Maybe a bounce pass through there. I
saw Berg's reaction after that pass. It was a good idea. It was a really good look. It was there for a second. I think she was just kind of surprised that Brookwood's defender was able to get down there and get that ball. But Brookwood showed some flashes. They're a really quick team. There's another one. So they really get into the passing lanes and cause some problems. Their biggest issue in this one has been turnovers. Just not being able to take care of the basketball. That's the biggest one. But they got signs of. They've been giving Westby's half-court offense trouble. Let's put it that way, defensively.
Huebner spins it to the other side of the floor.
And Brandau wins that battle.
She threw it out of bounds.
It was a good aggressive rebound by Brandau.
Yeah, no one's going to out-muscle her the way she looks.
She looked very determined as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's half of that battle is want. How bad do you want it? And she looked like she wanted it, but then just couldn't execute the pass out of it.
That one tipped up from the backside by Anderson. Now the Fortune turns, gets fouled. So Fortune will step to the free throw line. She was there plenty of times for the JV game. She shot well. And that one's short. Brandau with the rebound, gets it up to Anderson. Anderson now gives it to Autumn Brandau. Mullenkamp. That one rims in and out.
Good looking shot by Anderson.
Berg with the rebound.
Boy, another good look for Anderson there. It didn't go in. There's a turnover by Westby, but you know, even in the other games, and Melrose, Mindoro, and Sparta included, I mean, Westby's got there's a steal by Hebner. She races out ahead of the pack and unable to finish, but draws the foul. Melrose, Mindoro for a stretch there in the second half, and Sparta, you know, they had a shooter get hot, and Westby didn't do a very good job identifying that and trying to take away the, find the hot shooter and take that away, you know, and that's. Anderson's been getting some pretty good looks here in the second half still, and she's been the one shooter for Brookwood. So something to work on, I think.
Kennedy Brigham back in now for Fortune. I'm kind of surprised they leave Allie out there, Dan. Out there only for 2 minutes of the game, she can get a lot of experience in. Both free throws missed by Hebner.
I think they've missed their last 4 since I bragged up their free throw shooting. Sounds about right, huh, Dave?
It does look that way.
And moving screen with the block signal. That's there. They just moved the hip a little bit. Westby basketball. And Brookwood, there gets the layup there. They just they out-hustled Westby that time.
Westby did not get back.
Westby had 5, or Brookwood had 5 offensive players down there in the lane, and Westby had 3 in the. And
the Norths are jogging up the floor.
Yep. Berg nearly stepped out of bounds, but pulls back. A little strong on the shot. Hebner gets the rebound, and she is fouled. I think that's going to be the 7th team foul in a bonus situation for Hebner. She'll right back to the free throw line. She'll go. I think with that substitution, you know, bringing in Brigham for Fortune, I think he just wanted to get the starters in together for a few more minutes. They haven't really, the 5 hasn't played together since the first opening there, and I was thinking he was hoping it would go a little bit better. They've looked a little out of sorts as a starting 5 unit here the last couple of minutes.
I'm not sure, you know, when you look at the team, how balanced. I don't know if they have a true starting 5. They can turn that into many different looks, I think.
Oh, yeah, true.
And that's why I just think it's a great opportunity to get young kids time. Because that's not going to happen when the conference starts. You know that.
Right.
It's going to get tough.
Jolson's going to pick up that foul, her second. It's going to put
McGinnis
on the line. 47-23, 9 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Nelson deep corner.
It's a good bounce pass. Finished the shot. Good look by Jolson. Good catch by Berg. Got everything but the shot.
And we'll go to
jump ball is going to go to Brookwood. We got a double dribble. Looked like Mullenkamp was going to come over and try to set a screen and then changed her mind. I think she kind of crossed up her own ball handler there in Anderson. So we get the double dribble. Side out, side out. I'm still doing volleyball, Dave. Inbounding from the sideline was Brigham. Jolson's going to take this to the basket. Brigham goes up and she draws the foul.
Good strong basketball move there by Kennedy Brigham.
We're going to get 2 shots here, so substitutions will wait till after the first one. I zoned out there a little bit. The first free throw, no good.
No good.
Yep, 5 in a row since I bragged up their free throw shooting. Were they 15 to 17 at one point?
Hebner hit one.
Denali did make one?
Yeah, she broke it for you.
Good.
Brandau with the ball, goes up to 25 and Posh. In a while since she's been on the floor. And she about dribbled out of bounds.
I thought so too.
Brigham was just standing there. No, she'll push, try to thread the needle. And Brandau was right there.
That jump ball is going to stay with the Lady Norse.
Brigham will come out as Booty comes in.
Somebody's got to take the ball out there. Westby, there's Megan Nelson.
Stelner now with the ball. Nelson goes right down the lane and runs into Brandau. And that was a stop sign right there, Dan.
It was jump ball. I think that was a great call. A tough call to make there. There's a lot of contact. Looked like a collision, but Brandau just stronger and ripped the ball away. And Nelson tried to get through that screen and ended up bumping the ball handle a little bit too much. So that's a blocking foul. 5th team foul on Westby. So Westby had a nice little run there where things were really clicking for them. They got a few points. That ball was tipped out of bounds by Nelson. They'll stay with Brookwood. But then about the last 4 or 5 minutes, Dave, it's more of a choppiness. It's just they haven't put together a complete half yet, which is expected. It's game 3, but been a little out of sorts here for the last few minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
You're a foul on Gluck there, I guess. Interesting call, huh, Dave?
Brandau now will trigger it in. It should be just a 6th foul. Anderson, Nelson guarding her. Stelner almost got the pick.
Nearly stolen by Nelson.
I think Megan there thought that was going to go to bounds quicker. It kind of hung in play.
Each team in the bonus here. 7 minutes to go in the second half of the ball game. Good idea, but pass was high and hard and out of bounds to Westby.
Trying to hit Autumn Brandau. Nice feed inside.
There was not enough. They needed a little zip on that one.
Yep.
Gave time for the defender to come and get that, but a great idea.
And now bounce pass baseline goes out of bounds.
Both teams getting quite careless with the basketball here.
Katie Gruen coming back in. She'll check in for Autumn Brandau. And there's a lot of them up in the Marshfield area. I remember years ago, good athletes too.
Huh.
Booty now with the ball over to Grass. Grass will take the 3. It looks good. Oh, rimmed it out. Booty goes in hard for it, and there she gave Cora the best fight she's had all night.
Right.
47-23, 6-minute mark.
And just like that, we've got a middle school basketball game. That's like 6 jump balls in the last 2 minutes, huh, Dave?
Yeah, it's been, it's been a long night, to be honest, all the way through. These last couple minutes have been.
Yeah, it's been a hard one to.
Not a lot of flow to it, put it that way. That ball off the hands of Brookwood, and now it'll stay Westby.
Kind of waiting for the whistle there. It took a while. It was a.
Nelson carrying the basketball.
Interesting call.
Anderson coming back in.
(47-23), just like it feels like it's been for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Near steal by Nelson. Now she's going to get called for the foul.
This is when you, that famous line of yours, Dan, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, yeah. Usually that's more of a compliment, as you just kind of get carved up by every little thing. But
that's true too.
This is.
That was the version that stings when you get sanitizer in it.
Yeah, right. This is when you dump whiskey on those paper cuts.
Nelson stepping in front of that one and converts. Her first 2 of the second half after having 10 in the first. And that's foul on Berg going over the top. Or push from the backside, I should say.
Yeah, it's
just kind of bodied her a little bit.
Yeah, that was.
Not sure about that, but they called it.
No, well, and it's one of those things. You're in the block, and not even in a crowd. It's just it's an easy call for the official to make. They're going to make it 9 times out of 10, whether there's contact or not. Brandel makes good on the free throw.
Her 5th point of the night. Nelson pushes up the floor under 5 minutes now, 49-24 Westby. Jolton 3-pointer, nope, 2-pointer on the way. Her foot was on that line.
She does that all the time. She sets up for that 3-pointer, but her front foot comes forward. She ends up on the line a lot.
Good job there by Posh cutting baseline on Jolton. Now we'll skip it across to Berg. Nelson now will take the shot and bounces way out here to Anderson. She's going to push it right up the floor, right at Nelson.
Yeah. I like that. That was a good strong move by Anderson there. Yeah, didn't really, Nelson did a really good job defending that. And really the only thing that Anderson could do in that point was just take it right into her and try to draw that foul, and she was able to do so. So just like that, Westby's 9th team foul, so Brookwood will be on the double bonus for the remaining 4:22. Not that it probably matters in this game, Dave, but the kind of fouls that Westby has picked up to get themselves in this situation can be a little concerning as a coach. It's just not the most not the most intelligent fouls. You understand. Now they're shooting free throws. In a close game, it's the little things like this that can determine an outcome.
These kids, Dan, have been playing basketball for a long time together, so I would expect them to be a little sharper, a little quicker.
Yeah,
than normal, because they've been
absolutely, and they will be.
Time,
and they will be, Dave. I think I'm not making excuses, but there's a perfect example. This almost feels like a scrimmage. There's no intensity in the gym right now, and that's not an excuse. But
I think we say when the conference starts, it'll be a different beast.
Yep, and look, they've done a lot of good things tonight as well. I'm trying not to sound so negative, but
that one knocked out of bounds by Nelson. Timeout, Brookwood.
Anderson's going to have a timeout. It's got to be about their last timeout. Seems like both coaches have taken a plethora of them as be a full timeout. So with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute with the final 3.5 minutes of this ball game.
25. Coming off a timeout by Brookwood. Anderson, baseline jumper, short. Berg will take it out of the net. And now a jump ball. She put it down and they latched right onto it. It'll stay with Westby though. And now another turnover. .333.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to get another look at that. I didn't see her pivot foot move either. I think that was one more of those anticipation ones, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I saw it wrong. In fact, there's a real good chance of it, but I thought she kept her pivot foot. And another jump ball. Yep, this is officially what they used to have in the fifth grade play date.
Remember when they used to years ago, Dan, actually go out and jump it? They go in that circle over there. Maybe that was before
my time. I remember that they used to do a jump ball, but it was before.
I think that changed. Boy, when that changed? Mid-'80s?
Probably that sounds about it. It could have been.
When they brought the three-point line in, maybe. Cora Brandow coming back in, as well as Autumn Brandow. Out will go Katie Gruen and Reagan Mullenkamp. Initiating the contact, Anderson with a good drive, baseline jumper fouled.
Reagan tried to get in there and take a charge, but she got leaned in just a little too much at the last second there, I think. And correct call.
And
Reagan's
now
third.
Double bonus. Was shooting anyway, but the fouls have stacked up here.
Yeah, they have. I think at one point it was like 7-3. When Brookwood had 7 fouls, Westby only had 3, and just in the last 4 minutes of basketball or so, Westby is now into the double bonus.
And you know that Brookwood did not shoot a single free throw in the first half.
Really?
And this will be their 8th or their 9th right here.
Credit to Brookwood. They never really have been in this game, but they're playing hard. They're playing well, and they're gonna come out of here with some positive things. I think they've really done some good
there
things.
by Jolson again. Anderson pushing it up the floor. Turnaround jumper off the mark, and she gets the rebound off of Briggan's fingertips. Tried to go underneath and wasn't able to get enough English on it. Now someone's going to shoot two here.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but right now Brookwood is just flat out outworking Westby. They're
So Cora Brandow, she has 5 in the game. Fortune with the rebound. Let's see if they can just play a clean 2 minutes here. 3-pointer on the way by Stelner.
It's a good shot for Kenzie Stelner. She's She's a good shooter, and that looked really good. It just didn't go in.
Anderson up to Brandow, and she puts it in. Nope.
Once again, a new 5 in for Westby, and Brookwood just smoked them down the court and got a layup.
Stelner again now to Nelson. And she stepped on the back line, did grass before she passed it, I think. And now 5 come in for Brookwood, and also Brooklyn Booty comes in for Westby. And Fortune comes off.
Westby applying some pressure. It's an interesting choice.
Maybe just trying to get a bounce in their step again. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's just.
Now Cruz on the floor. Grass at the rebound, quickly gets it to Nelson. And push for the backside. And she hits the deck, and Ruby Mullenkamp will pick up the foul. And Nelson will shoot. The 1-on-1. .26 left, 50-28 Westby. Westby will be off now for the break, and they'll be back in action on December 2nd against Arcadia. Great job by Nelson getting the rebound.
Yeah, you always know where when you miss it, you know it. You know where it's going to go, and that's what Nelson did there. Good job by Gluck, I think, there forced that travel.
So Cooley Conference will take off here when December comes.
Oh, good job by Gluck and Nelson there. Recognize the overplay, and now they get a turnover.
That time Westby getting back. Now try to kick it up head of grass. Good job tracking that ball down. Nelson up to Fortune. Over to Gluck.
Brookwood finishing this out in a man. Westby having a hard time getting into their man-to-man offense. A good pass down low to Gluck, and she'll shoot a pair.
Good bounce in there by Nelson. Did that a few times last year at the JV level. Well, Dan, Cupertino kids had an opportunity to get in the scoring column.
Free throw shooting picked back up there after that little lull of a few misses in a row. So going to be a good night at the line for Lady Norse yet.
Gruen getting up to Mullenkamp, and she throwing that one out of bounds. With 27 seconds left, 54-28 Westby. And the travel.
Yeah, last possession, Westby had 2 of their players running their zone offense and 3 of the other ones trying to run the swing, and didn't end up well.
Fortune doing a good job coming up for the inbounds. Booty now with the basketball. Just 8 ticks left. That'll do it.
Well, final score 54-28. Westby comes out with the win, and they're going to head into the little Thanksgiving break 3-0. They'll be back December 2nd. Did you look up who they play on the 2nd?
Arcadia.
They play Arcadia on December 2nd. So yeah, we'll start. You probably already said that. I was zoned out, huh?
That's okay.
Fair enough. You know, this moving the camera in a game like this is kind of difficult for me.
Well, Westby had 2 players with 12 each. That was Berg. She got all hurt in the first half. And also with Hannah Nelson finishing with 12. All Westby kids in the scorebook but 1. That's pretty impressive.
Right.
And Vanessa Anderson leading all scorers tonight with 15. Westby takes this win, moves to 3-0, 54-28 over Brookwood. Yep, December 2nd, Arcadia. And I don't know if that's away or home, but it's a Cooley Conference game. It'll be a big one.
Yes, it will. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Once again, Westby winners 54-28, move to 3-0. And with that, if the game on the 2nd is a home game, we'll probably be here recording it for you. Until then, this is Westby Lady Norse Basketball brought to you by Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. Have a good night. Thank you.